Most High, Most High, praise to the Most High, Most High, praise to the Most High, Most High, praise to the Most High. Every step I take, every choice I make, through the fire, through the rain, I put it all in your name. When the nights get cold and my heart feels low, you the light, you the flame, I put it all in your name. When I stumble down, you still hold me tight. When I lose my way, you my guiding light. Even when I'm weak, you restore my soul. So I lift my hands, praise to the Most High, praise to the Most High. Through the fire, through the rain, by my side. Through the hustle, you forever be my guide. Through the fire, through the rain, by my side. So I praise to the Most High, Most High. 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 Praise to the Most High. From the block to the city, only God I trust. Left my hometown, had to grind, that's us. Full of pain, but I kept my soul. No chain too strong, when His love take hold. Even when I'm lost, He can show the way. Through the darkest night, I still see the day. Stay in my heart with my hands held high. So I praise to the Most High, praise to the Most High, 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 Most High, praise to the Most High. Through the fire, through the rain, by my side. Through the hustle, you forever be my guide. Through the fire, through the rain, by my side. So I.
Helicopters looking for my brother on the Helms block. Caught the ops by surprise like they shell shocked. Dunkin' bail, bondsman motel hopping. Selling rocks to get RC and some stale ramen. From the suites to the streets and back again. A sequel more played than slapping 106 classic hits. Remix activist with Great Wall Tussin. Trying to cop a kilo with an 8-ball budget. I was in the clouds from that beige raw substance. Off that China high enough to see the Great Wall from me. Fell from grace in a position of privilege. Pop scripted motion pictures and his kid went and lived it. That's a LA story, no Steve Martin. Squad been deep in the streets like Dr. King marching. Fuck the police chief, sergeant, every street cop, beat walking. DA's forced confessions with a plea bargain. Politicians, they secretly harbor hatred. They pander to minorities and then incarcerate them. I had the Contra code, but so did Ronald Reagan. Got addicted, slept on Hollywood, stargazing like Carl Sagan. Died while their bonfires grew frigid. Too ashamed to hit the soup kitchen. I knew pigeons by name, but never flew with them. Young hustler talking faster than the Frushnickens. It stemmed from my experience in cells like missing fetus. I'm too fly to die, I guess I'll OD in Ibiza. Ibiza.
Nobody wins when the light's gone.
My fault.
Eyes wash the soul when a cry falls.
My fault.
Wish I could see the people I lost.
My fault.
Could tell them one last time I fall.
My fault. My fault. Wish I could see the people I lost. Just talk to them one last time. My fault. Yeah. Nobody wins when the light's gone. Eyes watch the soul when the cry falls. Wish I could see the people I lost and just talk to them one last time.
The block was full of sin, no different than the cell blocks they put us in. No choice but to pull a jokes to win. Crooked as the foot extends across a line that was put in sand. Niggas jumped but they couldn't land. The same box they put him in, I saw his face in that casket and couldn't look again. Demons talking, look where they put your friend. Oh, they thought we wouldn't spin? Run up on you with a crooked grin. Took his ends, beat you with the same boost that your foot was in. It's the nature of crooked men. Cops I would book from them, but kill a black man just for looking grim. I need a CAT scan, push him in. I bet the lab bred, he's half dead. Look at him, he's got a half leg and them bad meds got him cooked again. It's from the stress and what it took to win. I done put some men in some pretty bad places. You should look at them.
Nobody wins when the life's lost. Eyes watch the soul when the cry falls. Wish I could see the people I lost and just tell them one last time. My fault. Nobody wins when the life's gone. Eyes watch the soul when the cry falls. Wish I could see the people I lost and just tell them one last time.
My nigga George, he was special, man. We collected in since we were kids, had respect for him. They took his life, took his breath from him. I regret it still, cause on those streets we was next of kin. I'm thinking back, now I'm questioning. What was I telling them when I could have been just a friend? It was that coke we was peddling. It was death or get it, but that money was stretching thin. Gotta feed the wolves so they test your chin. It's evident, no ghetto was heaven sent. It's a drought and ain't about to credit shit. You better get it. Once took 11 cents, brought some peppermint, broke them down, sold rocks to the fiends. They wasn't helling it, but me, I was selling it. Now I can't even pay for the bell again. How you don't realize you intelligent until you were gone. Eyes watch the soul when the cry falls. Wish I could see the people I lost and just tell them one last time. My fault. Nobody wins when the light's gone. Eyes watch the soul when the cry falls. Wish I could see the people I lost and just tell them one last time. My fault. My fault. My fault. Wish I could see the people I lost and just tell them one last time. My fault.
Yeah. Welcome to Smart Kings TV. Faith ain't weak, it's electric. Be strong and courageous. Yeah, we kingdom stepping. Yo. Yeah, we lit and it's holy. Talk faith, not phony. Devil try me, get folded. Covered in blood, can't hold me. That was electric. Yeah, the spirit just charged my section. Tunnel vision, kingdom stepping. Every move, divine direction. That was electric. Smoke Breeze TV, the message. Hey, I don't battle flesh, I battle doubt. Whole world kept, gotta call it out. I done seen pride knock soldiers down. Now I'm armored up, sword never out of style. In the ring like Bird, but I'm talking in parables. Turn the other cheek, still swing spiritual. Mic check, when I speak, demons tremble, bruh. Jesus Christ the plug, in my life stay visible. Lit, hey, yeah we lit and it's whole. Talk faith, not phony. Devil try me, get folded. Covered in blood, can't hold me. Nah, that was electric. Yeah, the spirit just charged my section. Tunnel vision, kingdom stepping. Every move, divine direction. John 46, he the way, the truth, the life. Ain't no backdoor deal, you can't pay that price. I was walking through the dark, trying to find my sight. Then the Lord showed up, hit my soul with light. Now I'm charged up, can't drain his faith. Enemies lurk, can't stain his grace. Used to move reckless, living off hate. Now I move kingdom, I'm battle rap great. Easy with the set. Surf with the wave, but I'm preaching like Paul. Every soul I save, from the block to the booth. I was close to the grave, now I'm 10 toes down. God paved my way, my way. Yeah, we lit in this hole. Talk faith, not phony. Facts. Devil try me, get folded. Covered in blood, can't hold me. That was electric. Yeah, the spirit just charged my section. Tunnel vision, kingdom stepping. Every move, divine direction. Joshua 1:9, I'ma stand strong daily. God by my side, so that hate don't faze me. Used to want fame, not a mission what pays me. Devil on my line, but the word still save me. Battle tested, every bar been true. Ain't no punchline, realer than proof. I done seen saints fall, rise again too. Now I'm stepping like B-Dot, talking that truth. Crown heavy, but the yoke stays. Spirit leading even when it get greasy. Yeah, smoking King Stevie can't fall, believe me. Faith too loud, even YouTube see me when that thunder hit. That's the spirit inside. Ain't no cap, ain't no mask, I ride. Kingdom flow when I testify. If you know, then you know we alive. Oh, 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 oh. That was electric. Welcome to Smoke Kings TV. That was electric. That was electric. That was electric.
Under 3-6s, guess he a Satanist. I don't really need your respect, Mike. I'm taking it. Get wild on stage, I'll check Mike and break your shit. Let it bow. Wow, you ain't real, Mike. You faking shit. So I'ma snatch the soul at your chest by having hating it. One thing about me, if I should aim at him, you should feel in danger, bitch, cause I'm dangerous.
CW, you can't do shit with me.
And you can be the next to go. I aim it where his breakfast go. They feed him the gun, stomach open. All you will see is eggs and toast. What?
Listen, I'm one of the best niggas that's ever rapped on beat ever. On my mama, you getting smoked.
When you want to do it?
Whenever they set it up.
Luke, you know I kick your ass though, right? Like, I will stomp a mud hole in you, my boy. It's gonna be on verbal, you know about it, nigga. And like I said,
I don't care. They know you. I just hope you don't show up drinking a whole bunch of bitches.
So you wanna do that?
No, I'm telling you, this ain't what
you looking for? I'm asking you, is you sure you want to take that ride, bro?
Man, that's cool. We can do that shit whenever the fuck this nigga ready. How about early December?
What's your phone?
Wanna take out? I got 500.
I'm in.
Something unexpected, something unexpected, something unexpected.
We are
Something unexpected, something unexpected, something unexpected.
this is
Something unexpected, something unexpected, something unexpected.
we are.
Just turn the radio on. Too much repetition, too much imitation, not enough lyrical spitting. Then turn the TV on. Look at the videos and shows. Most of these rappers have no flows. Attention whores barely have no clothes. Get 'em. That's the game. It's not about the words that they rock. It's all about hype. Get that Facebook and Twitter hot. Since that's the game, consider what you hear our Twitter. Those heads bobbing knees, they are following. Yo,
This is
Something unexpected, something unexpected, something unexpected.
we are.
get ready.
Something unexpected, something unexpected, something unexpected.
This is
What is it?
Something unexpected, something unexpected, something unexpected.
we are.
Something unexpected, something unexpected, something unexpected.
Yep. They do the same old thing, popping that same old slang. Nothing original, but we have our own type of code with our own type of flow. Hot blazing inferno. The people are watching. They're trying to predict the unpredictable, using their visuals while we count residuals. Competition can only fall back. Volume blasting when that crowd reacts. You give us tracks, we use same bottom, overload the form, even handcuffs can't control them. We are lyrics.
Something unexpected, something unexpected, something unexpected.
This is
No gimmicks.
Something unexpected, something unexpected, something unexpected.
we are.
Get ready.
Something unexpected, something unexpected, something unexpected.
No one has seen this before, but now you do. And the whole scene has changed. No more low-class names seeking fraudulent fame. Peep it, we're bringing something out of the box, harder than cemetery plots. Higher, protected. Today are used to whack shows and whack flows. That's why we are something unexpected. Now we see those hands up. The ladies getting wetted, whole venue moving hectic, alien status respected. That shock is water plus electric, industry jaws dropping. We are something unexpected.
We are.
Something unexpected, something unexpected, something unexpected.
This is
Something unexpected, something unexpected, something unexpected.
we are.
Get ready.
Something unexpected, something unexpected, something unexpected.
This is
Look out.
Something unexpected, something unexpected, something unexpected.
This is
Something unexpected, something unexpected, something unexpected.
we are.
Detroit.
Something unexpected, something unexpected, something unexpected.
Where you at, Rock? Where you at, Rock? Where you at, Rock? 10 rock and roll, bro.
And welcome to the Rock Files. Are the Rock Files? Yeah. And locked. This is how we rock. Live and locked. Welcome to the Rock. Live and locked. Live is how we rock. Oh. This is how we rock. The Rock. The Rock Files. Live and locked. Chill, baby. Welcome to the Rock. Live and locked.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, your eyes do not deceive you. Your ears do not deceive you. This is a very interesting episode of The Rock Files. We begin now. Of course, before we get started with a very interesting, very different type of broadcast, all praise to the Almighty Yahuwah. For without the Almighty Yahuwah, there's absolutely nothing. And despite whatever anyone believes in, the only belief is in the one in the Almighty Yahuwah. Simple as that. And this is going to take all of that to do this show. It's going to be a lot of interesting takes. It's not going to be the type of takes that individuals will expect, probably, from the show. First of all, expect is the nastiest word, one of the nastiest words in the English language, but that's a whole different topic. Hope you're having an excellent Thursday night. Hope you're having an excellent week. Battle Rap is not. Battle Rap is not having an excellent night. Battle Rap is not having an excellent week. Battle Rap is not having an excellent season, although there is some small glimmers of hope. Hope you enjoy yourselves. As you see the name of this show, this is not a Message Music Sessions, although we did want to give special recognition to the music we play. We'll be doing that in a minute. The title of this show is going to be Pre-Screening, Post-Screening. Where does Battle Rap go from here? Rock, what are you talking about? You heard what's going on, Rock? I mean, what do you think of that? What do you think? Who cares, man? Who cares? Honestly. I mean, let's be honest. This is not the show that's going to keep following other topics and, do the whole layout on that. And basically, everything's been said. All the public information's out there. Now we look toward correcting the past and hopefully having a brighter future depending on whom or what wants to cooperate with it. So first and foremost, we're going to do this before we get started with the gist of the show. The brother A-Fan. A-Fan, you nailed it. Let's read the comments. Salute to A-Fan 101. Be sure to subscribe to A-Fan 101. Real good blogging over there. Great exercise, nutritional tips there, or the nutritional pointers there. Salute to A-Fan. A-Fan mentions like background checks pre-screening or like talent pre-screening. Yes to both. Yes to both. We're going to get into it, A-Fan. Hold that thought. And A-Fan, obviously, we're going to be dropping, and this for everybody, we're going to be dropping the code in a minute. We're going to have a discussion about this. We're going to have a discussion. And look, before we drop the code, just going to say, this is going to be more about how do we clean up, not just what just recently happened with one individual, but how do we get ahead of this? See what I'm saying? Like, how do we get ahead of, here we go with Battle Rap. We got battles booked and all this stuff. And then yet and still some drama derails it. How do we get ahead of it? And we're also going to go over panel etiquette. You know, we actually kind of touched on it last week, but we're going to say this again. Like right now, this is on StreamYard, right? This is a public broadcast. So as a host on this channel, whatever's being said is for public information now. And that's what anyone on a public channel has to remember. A lot of individuals get comfortable, things slip, and you see what happens. And want to also say this as a disclaimer. Shout out to those that presented the information. Shout out to those that handled the business about the information. Yes, salute to HB2N for where HB2N did as far as investigatively. Salute to the battle rap leagues that did what they had to do in handling business. Salute to them. Saying that officially on this channel. Hopefully, Gullah, what up? Gullah JB in the building. Be sure to subscribe to Gullah JB. Yeah, hey Gullah, you may want to stick around for this because this is going to involve obviously what you do. You're a fan and everybody. You're more than welcome, King Cole. Salute to King Cole. You know, King Cole. Be sure to subscribe to King Cole. All this good stuff. So yes, let's go here first, just to go ahead and review the show before we go any further. If it sounds a little all over the place, this is going to be a difficult topic. This will be a difficult topic, so bear with the show, and here we go. Simple as that. All right. Now, first and foremost, we want to go ahead and let you know what songs you've heard on the show thus far. Hold on a minute, please. All right, let's go ahead and remove this good, so to the Rock Files intro. All righty, we did that. Let us go to here. Oh, okay. Well, let's do that. Good. All right. We're good. We're good. All right. And yeah, that video, What's a Wolf to a Lion, is trash. All right. Anyway, so first and foremost, these are songs that you heard before we started the show. For those that were complaining about 20 minutes for an intro, crazy. Oh, well. And, this is a show that will showcase independent music, will showcase independent business. All right. First and foremost, let's go to the first song we played. The first song we played this week has been Saint Yowza. Saint Yowza, the song, hey, that's his name. Saint Yowza, and the song is called Praise to the Most High. We definitely have to start with that song. If you're interested in hearing that song in its entirety, and the song is what it claims to be about, Praise to the Most High, you can find that song on the Saint Yowza, YOWZHA, Praise to the Most High. Find that song right there on that YouTube page, named after the same name. Saint and Yowza, two different words. Salute to Saint Yowza, appreciate for that contribution. And this song has been requested a lot, it's kind of like, before you start your day, you open with a prayer. Well, before we start this broadcast, we do the same. All right, so that's from Saint Yowza. The next song that was played is from Lush One. According to our reports, Lush One will be hosting Contention. Salute to the Ring, Pablo Picasso, Social Assassin. Lush One will be hosting that. This is his latest song. It is entitled OD in Ibiza. OD in Ibiza, as you see, produced by Vodka Grievous, filmed by Love Over Anger. This is you can find this video in its entirety on Lush World. Salute to Lush. Very fire song, good lyrics. I really like the production. It's not super different production, but it's very rare production you hear like that, where it's just an orchestra that has the rhythm, and Lush One is killing the microphone with the lyrics he got. Salute to Lush One on that. You can find this video on Lush World, Lush, then World, WORLD. You can find it right there. Again, Lush One, OD in Ibiza, produced by Vodka Grievous and filmed by Love Over Anger. Love Over Anger. Yeah, Love Over Anger. Oh, we're going to talk about it. The next song is from, that's right, it is from Innovate. The song is called My Fault. It's new music from Innovate, My Fault by N.O.Vate, V-A-T-E. This song you can find in its entirety on the Take Back BRC. In parentheses, look for N.O.Vate, Innovate. Be sure to check this song out in its entirety, 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Innovate, honestly, is basically telling a great story about different regrets and also different things that may not be his fault, but he's going to take responsibility. It's a song about responsibility, obviously, but it's even stuff that maybe individuals wouldn't take responsibility for. Innovate's willing to take responsibility for it in this song. Salute to Innovate for this song. And again, the name of the song is My Fault. and it's by Innovate right on the Take Back BRC. That is the YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button, share the channel, you know, hit the like button, you know what it is, and all that good stuff. The song after this, yeah, we did a lot of songs this week, is the Smoke Kingdom Anthem. The Smoke Kingdom Anthem produced by Snack King Productions. Cole should still be in this room. If not, Cole is trash. Just playing. C-Bot. Oh, hold on. Gullah, A-Fan, hold on. We're going to get to it. Salute to C-Bot. C-Bot's in the building. Be sure to subscribe to C-Bot. If leagues start doing background checks, then us, the consumer, will have to eat that cost. Maybe not. There may be a free way to do it. We're going to get to that. Salute to C-Bot, man. Salute to C-Bot. Once again, salute to Gullah. Checking in with the salute to Gullah. Gullah JB. Be sure to subscribe to Gullah JB. Salute to Gullah. All right. So that song is the Smoke Kingdom Anthem. That was written by Smoke himself. You know? And I honestly, Smoke, just want to say, if you're in the shadows, man, good song, man. Good song, good writing. And of course, this show has been criticized. Why are you playing music produced by AI? Okay, here we go. Let's discuss it very quickly. Why is this show playing songs produced by AI? You ready for this? All AI is the next advancement of music. It's another tool. All AI is another tool. So let's go all the way back in history. Here's the history lesson for non-musicians. All right. First, when music first started, it started as chanting, right? One of the first known music was Gregorian chant. Of course, you had the indigenous people that were chanting over prayer. So that was vocal, right? From vocal, advanced instruments shortly thereafter, right? Man created instruments. So let's go there. From vocal to instruments were created. So now man used instruments to communicate a message. That's going to be very important as we keep moving. So just to fast forward, the first event, so things like the lyre, the satire, the psaltery, right? The dulcimer, the trumpets, the flutes, etc. Those were the next advancement after the voice, right? So since history, there's been advancements of instruments that went all through history. So let's fast forward to modern, right? So then we had obviously turntables for those that's in the hip hop, right? And keep in mind, don't forget that when hip hop first started, it was criticizing as being a cheap replacement for live bands, right? Because DJs were just taking what live bands recorded and sampling and cutting them up. That was a criticism that went from the 70s all the way through to like the 2000s, right? Okay. So then after the turntables, then another advancement came. It's called the keyboard, the synthesizer, the workstation, right? And now, if a lot of you are not familiar with this, please Google it. It is all public information. When the synthesizer came, that was about the 80s as far as on like an invention. Actually, the mid 70s was as an invention. Then as far as a mass invention for more consumers to get it, that was definitely the 80s, right? Those that use workstations. Then you had DJs criticizing the instrumentalists for replacing them. Then the workstation became mainstream, right? So DJs became mainstream, workstation became mainstream. Then what you had shortly thereafter was what? You had computers, right? You had stuff, you had software programs, Cakewalk, Pro Tools. Then the people that were playing the synthesizer and that were using that to produce music, they were criticizing those that using computer software programs because a lot of them weren't musicians. So now they were concerned about being replaced. So then for most of what we've had up until now, it's been music produced by Pro Tools, Cakewalk, Logic, y'all know the rest, right? Now, here's the point. Now, look who's crying about being replaced. Look who's crying about being replaced. Those that use computers, the blocks and stuff that are non-musicians, and you can tell by the music, quite frankly. Now they're complaining about, well, AI, that's just a cheap representation of music. Here's a news flash. All of you are cheap representations of music. All of you. Unless you can actually sit down and identify and know, there's no conversation for you to have. So whatever tool you use to communicate your music, it will be welcomed here as long as it's originally constructed. How you as a talent, gifted one, or artist use that's up to you. So if you got Smoke Kings, salute to Smoke Kings, who wrote this wonderful song. Let's get back at it, please. Yeah. There it is. Salute to Smoke Kings, who wrote Smoke Kingdom Anthem and used the tool to do it. It's the same as if somebody does it on a workstation, the same as if somebody does it on a turntable, sampling, or if they do it on computer blocks. Okay? So that's why it will be and continue to be played on this show. Here's another news flash. You better take a listen to your glorified territorial radio, right? Like what people call the radio, as if that's the only radio out there. Right? Most of the music on there, if not by now, will be all AI. It's going to be AI influenced. Let's take a listen to these diss tracks. Take a listen to these diss tracks, right? These diss tracks that featured DNA rapping some weird 90s stuff, Goods rapping trash, and Jay Mills killing both of them. All of that is AI. All of that is AI. And yes, because Loso BXNY is a liar, beatboxing was also, but see, when beatboxing came out with hip hop, that was also another instrument, but that instrument wasn't scrutinized as much as turntablism was by bands and then workstations by turntables, et cetera, right? Cool. Now, so on this show, we will continue to present music. So if you look, and that also goes for those that play acoustically. If you got a song that is you and a guitar, speaking of guitar, ladies and gentlemen, we got Paulo Picasso in here. Paulo Picasso got much music with him just playing the guitar. We will feature some of that when submitted. All instruments are available here. All instruments are available here. All right. So how you put the music together? Again, any music, any genre, any decade, as long as it's got a message in a groove, it will be played here. Clean music to the front. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. So salute to Smoke King. If you would like to find that song in its entirety, you can go to Snack King Productions. Be sure to subscribe to that channel. Play the song in its entirety. Hit the like button, notification button, all that good stuff. Let's keep it moving. The song after that we played was it was a trailer we played after that. Coming up, and we're gonna actually show some data on this once we go to our data stuff and all that. The name of this trailer is, yes, Verbal Online Arena, December 13th. Will feature C Double versus Liu Kang. Liu Kang just said in this trailer, by the way, I'm the greatest to ever rap on the beat. Liu, you gotta show that, bro. Salute to Liu Kang, man. But that's the confidence you're supposed to have. C Double, arguably, if not mistaken, is undefeated or has only one loss on Verbal Online Arena. This is going to be a good matchup. Say what you want about Liu Kang. Now, of course, got to say this about Liu Kang. Liu Kang, if you're going to be in this feature match, have your material prepared. No stumbles, no chokes. Handle your business. C Double, I mean, you cold. You cold, man. Can't even say nothing. But going to say this: elevate. Just give us something different for the sake of really solidifying the victory. Don't leave it debatable. That's all we got to say for that. Salute to C Double. So that's on Verbal Online Arena. Next up is the card. It looks almost like next up. But anyway, next up is the card. And if you want to see that that trailer in its entirety, we will be downloading that video. We're going to be playing it on here. Obviously, for promotional sake. It's good to see virtual battle rap in the building. And you can see that video in its entirety on Snack King Productions. Minute 45 trailer. Hit the like button, share the channel, all that good stuff. And the last song we played, yes, it is from Boss Entertainment Group Detroit. It's a classic from us. It's called Something Unexpected. As you see, it's one of our rap anthems. It's basically the moment to do something against the grain and different. And that's what this show is going to be about. Something against the grain and different. This song, Something Unexpected, just a little bit of history. It played a lot here locally in Detroit on WHPR. You can check our Instagram page for that type of knowledge. Salute to that. If you want to hear this song in its entirety, go to Black Ops Boss Entertainment Group page on YouTube. Hit the like button, share the channel. You know what it is. All that good stuff. So that is the review of that. Salute to everyone. Appreciate everyone for submitting the music. In the future, be sure to submit your music at least 24 hours in advance, or just whenever you get some. Just hit the IG, hit the YouTube, the usual stuff that we've already mentioned. Let us now go to some info on our community page. Let's do that. Let's do that very quickly. And we're going to get in the topic right after this. Hey, Double. See, Double, appreciate it. Nah, man, appreciate you, man, for you appreciate you and Lou for setting this matchup up, you know. Kind of low-key Dub, kind of wanted to see this matchup. You know, even though Luke Kane was a little bit rugged on some of these performances, you know, there's some elements that Luke Kane showed. And plus, you know, hey, if y'all interested in C Double had a Verbal Warzone match against Pep. Y'all check that out, man. Y'all check that out. C Double doing moves. Salute to him. What we got? Yeah. Well, guess what? Right off of that, Loso mentioned C Double gonna stomp on Lou Cranium. That is what the brother Loso still a liar. Loso still a liar. Salute to Loso. All right. So let's go to our posts. We asked a question about this as we were hearing, you know, things in the wind. When you see how far back this post goes, it's gonna trip y'all out, right? Okay. Ooh, okay. Y'all say, all right. All right, we're gonna get there in a minute. We want to go to this right here. As you see, this is 2 days ago. We asked a question. All right. Again, this is in regards to the Verbal Online Arena. This is Luke Kane versus C Double. Who wins? And looks like Loso might be on to something. Let's get this full screen. According to this, you know, this is actually final data. 48 hours ago, 17 votes. Luke Kane, right now you're the underdog in this post. You're the underdog. You got C Double 71%, Luke Kane 29%. This may be closer than it seems, but you can't be mad at it because of how dominant C Double has been on his own. By the way, this is C Double's league, Verbal Online Arena. All right, and this is associated with Verbal Warzone. So for those that's familiar with Verbal Warzone, this is the virtual form of that. For those that's familiar, so yeah, C Double is a favorite. Now that could work against C Double, or that could work for C Double. Y'all know how that go. If you're the favorite, there may be that nasty word expectation. If C Double hits that expectation, it'll be all good. But let's say C Double could do, like, what if Luke Kane in this battle is clean, has a good performance, and it's not as good as C Double, but because the expectation, can't stand that word, was not quite where the audience wanted to be, Luke Kane could possibly get the victory anyway. Or Luke Kane coming there playing around, Luke Kane gets smoked, C Double win. Or, and we haven't seen C Double play, we haven't seen C Double take anything light. So it's even tough to say this, but let's say, for the sake of argument, that C Double takes something light, Luke Kane. So this is a very compelling matchup. It's more compelling than others will probably think about it, but it's a very compelling matchup. Here you go. Yeah, Loso has a good point. Luke Kane better go off. He got to leave Earth to win 100%. 100%. You know, because and keep in mind, Luke Kane does have a dirty jacket in virtual battle rap. That will be a factor in Verbal Online Arena. So there's going to be kind of things for Luke Kane to overcome even outside of the matchup itself. So Luke Kane is going to have to go ahead and be the Luke. Let's see that Luke Kane. Let's see the Luke Kane versus D-Money in this one. Also, keep in mind, this is pre-recorded and not mistaken. We're going to ask C Double that question. By this being pre-recorded, use the best mic. Obviously, y'all going to be choosing each other's instrumentals, right? Take advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? Take it seriously. Video quality. Let's get that. Let's get the landscape, not the portrait, please. Landscape, not the portrait. All the stuff we talked about. That will be a factor here. C Double mentions. Oh, wow. C Double. I'm in the middle of my second round already. Lou, where are you? You see C Double. This is public information. C Double's like, I'm in the middle of my second round already. C Double ain't playing. And if not mistaken, this is the main event. There's $500 on the floor. Money on the floor, money on the floor. So we will keep track of this, but final returns on this has C Double overwhelming favorite over Luke Kane, 71%. Luke Kane, 29%. Okay. We're going to go to some more promo, and then we're going to get to our topic. Simple as that. All right, coming up, November 26th, we have Rio Nkosi on Anger Management 3 versus WFN Jackpot. Oh, yeah, and in case you're wondering, of course, we're going to ask a question on that. Yes, and as you can hear, back to the battles. Back to the battles. And when we say back to the battles on this channel, this is not ignoring what happened. Okay, and that's what this is going to be about. It's not going to be about like replaying what happened. I think we all know what happened. You know, between Greg, between Mays, it's been nasty. It's just been nasty. You know, and it's a shame. We're not gonna pile on. If everything's been said, we are gonna say this on in the name of the Rock Files, Boston Entertainment Group, Detroit. If that's not cleaned up, those are all the right moves. We're going to salute again the HB2N. Salute again to all the battle rap leagues that did what they should have done. You got somebody with a jacket like that, charges like that. If that's not cleaned up, it's a wrap. It's a dub. You know. Someone asked the question, could someone come back from that? In battle rap, honestly, they could come back from that. Just being honest. Y'all know how battle rap go. Okay, boom, boom, boom. So that's confirmed. Real quick, go back to this. CW mentions exactly, this is for some money. No, zero excuses. And this is not to disrespect, but you got it pre-recorded. That means you can also do editing. You can do a couple looks, a couple drafts of this. There's no reason not to have this proper, professional. You know, because hey, what you don't take care of, somebody else will take care of you and give the money to somebody else. And whoever gets the $500, look, Cash App, Boston Entertainment Group Detroit. Nah, just playing around, just a joke. Nah, but getting back to this here, could somebody come back from a dirty jacket? Well, we got Jack Action still around, and that's not to kill Jack Action. We still got Chris Unbiased floating around here. We still got Battle Truth floating around here. The list goes on. This is not to equate what they've done with those individuals. We're just saying it's possible. Is it likely? No, it's not. It takes a lot to do that. So all we can do is say we're going to see how this rolls out. We're going to see who cleans up whatever. But I'm going to say this. The main thing that really sunk that report, salute to Yo 2 times. Yo 2 times mentioned a social security number. Okay, cool. It's that inmate number, man. You got an inmate number, bruh. If you got an inmate number, we ain't gonna say we all know. For those that don't know, in order to get an inmate number, that means you were assigned, processed, and you served. If that's a mistake, that's a crazy mistake, yo, get it cleaned up. So we're not here to pile on that. We're just speaking the name of the channel. And yes, before even all of this battle rap stuff, all prayers to the victims. If there are victims that are conclusively concluded, all prayers to the victims. They come first. They come first. Anyone that's been, as this community said, were great, assaulted, anything, all prayers, all thoughts are with them, overcoming that. No matter when it happened. If it happened back in 1855, 1895, 2005, etc., 2015, 25. All prayers for them that were assaulted that way, especially physically assaulted that way. All prayers for them. Those are the main ones to take a focus on. All right. Those are our thoughts. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, Pablo, same. And now we're gonna drop the code once we get past this. Oh, we got John. Salute to John. Be sure to subscribe to John. Salute. Much respect to John. Be sure to subscribe to John, notification button, all that. So and the reason why we brought that up is because now we got some matchups on Anger Management 3. Shout out to VBL Cartel, Yo 2 times, Adept HNIC. These are the matchups for Anger Management 3. Rio versus Jackpot. This is a style clash and a half. This is going to be fascinating. I mean, first and foremost, we're going to get a different Rio, because Rio and Jackpot, they've been around. They have information on each other. They probably have some history there. It's going to be a very interesting battle. More than likely, it's one round, if not mistaken. Hopefully, it's unlimited, so they can get all of the bars off they got to get off. We're going to save our predictions for later, next week. But one thing to watch in this battle, only bars will not win this match. And Jackpot is a dangerous opponent. Jackpot does more than just bar. Jackpot could get a moment just by saying something obvious. Rio has a lot of bars. Rio can rap. We know that. Rio also has something to prove. The last couple showings for Rio, it's not that it's been bad, but he has some severe consistent loss. He's been bodied recently, against Pablo Picasso. That's the consensus. What Rio? If we get a determined Rio, a determined focused Rio is very difficult to defeat. So we're going to see this matchup here. So that's Anger Management 3, Rio Nkosi versus Jackpot. That is not the only matchup booked for this card. We got No Need versus Nightmare J Pyro. Can we get this right? There we go. All right. No Need versus Nightmare J Pyro. 1 round. No Need. You're going to have a lot to deal with, bro. No Need just stepped a whole. No Need's last virtual battle, if not mistaken, was against Maze. No Need and Pyro is not Maze. There's going to be a difficult battle for No Need to win. However, Pyro got something to prove also. You know, there's still something about, well, Pyro has this. You know, there's a lot of talk about Pyro's deficiencies. However, Pyro has not lost that often, if at all. There's debated. Obviously, Pyro's debatably undefeated for 2 seasons. Debatably, according to some. According to some others, he's not. But there's some bodies that Pyro has. No Need. Don't become another body. Also for Pyro, though. Now, you're familiar with No Need. Don't go in this battle, Pyro, thinking No Need is just still the scrubby little rookie that you saw with underwhelming performances. No Need. If No Need, this is a dangerous battle also. No Need could come in to this and just be better than what he was. And if it's the same Pyro, there may be something to give No Need that victory. Pyro, you're going to have to body No Need. Simple as that. You have to body No Need. Show levels. And you do have the ability to do it. No Need, don't get bodied. If you don't get bodied, you may have a chance to sneak out a victory here. There's something to look at. The next matchup. Woo! My goodness gracious. I mean, do you really require a rock? Jason M. Whoa. Okay, so Loso says Rio 100. Okay. Salute to that. Pablo says, bro, these are throwaway battles. This one ain't a throwaway battle, Pablo. Innovate versus Reek Ruger. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Now, these guys really don't require a rock to break this down. This don't even require salute to the brother Smoke Kings. Smoke wouldn't have to break this down. Cole wouldn't have to bring this down. Even Yo 2 times have to break this down. This battle speaks for itself. Innovate, you're going to have to do more than bars. Reek Ruger, you're going to have more than just moments. That's how easy this battle is. That's a great question. All these, according to what we know, Pablo, excellent question. All of these are 1-round battles, according to what we know. If Yo 2 times in the shadows, he's more than welcome to come up and correct whatever we don't have right. And again, if it ain't respected, correct it. Simple as that. Jason M in the building. Salute to Jason M. Be sure to subscribe to Jason M. What up? Much respect, Jason M. Much respect. No, but wait. Pablo. But keep in mind, by it being 1 round, if it's unlimited, that still could work. Now, here's something, Pablo. What else could happen in this is that if you got a situation, let's say it becomes a classic or a tie, then VBL Cartel or whomever, maybe the Ring, depending, would have to rebook this battle and do a 3-round. It'd have to be a rematch. Think about it. Well, I mean, I'm going to tell Pablo, but for those who are not familiar, back in the days of Grind Time, and also back in the days of other battle leagues that first started around, they would have it to where it goes 3 rounds, and you have to have a deciding round. If this goes as a deadlock tie, you would have to rebook this. You have to rebook this and say, this is the final decision. Whoever wins this, win. And I definitely, if you do have to rebook it, money on the floor. Not quite sure about ladies and gentlemen, the return of the Queen is back. The Queen is back. Queen Mo Fire is in back. Salute, ma'am. Queen Mo Fire is good over here. Be sure to subscribe to Queen Mo Fire. Salute to her. Salute. You're more than welcome. Well, more than welcome here, of course. Salute to Queen Mo Fire. Yeah, C-Bot mentions it. Clash of the Titans. This battle could go either way. But one thing about where Reek Ruger has an advantage is not like Reek don't have a pen. By Reek having a pen, and he got a lot of other battle rap qualities. And keep in mind, this is going to be on Angry Fan 007. So that audience over there is going to be looking for explosion and personality with bars. Reek has an advantage that way. Reek does have an advantage that way. But if we get to innovate that battle I battle, that had an attitude, that also turned up, hey, y'all better pack a lunch. Y'all better pack a lunch. It's going to be one of those. Awesome battle. This is happening. All three of these battles are happening, and much more are happening. And you know what? And Yo 2 Times asked the question, salute to Yo 2 Times. Should there be a mega virtual battle rap card? Going to answer this officially. Not yet. Because there's a lot to sort out. And that's where this topic is going to go in a minute. So again, the 3 matches we have booked here as a collective, but for VBL Cartel, Anger Management 3, Innovate versus Reek Ruger. No Need versus Nightmare J Pyro. And Real Nkosi versus Jackpot. Real Nkosi versus Jackpot is not a bathroom break battle, though. That's not a throwaway battle at all. Because honestly, Jack could win this battle. So could Rio. Very interested in this battle. And of course, what do we have up here? Oh, yes. And now we get to our topic for the night. This will be the topic for the night. And we're going to drop the code right after we ask the question. Oh, Queen, likewise. It's so amazing to see you. Welcome back. You already know what it is, Queen. You already know what it is. It's awesome to see you. Salute to Queen Mo Fire. Queen Mo Fire, along with, salute to Truly Lays, Queen Mo Fire, Bunny. I'm forgetting. I'm drawing. Yeah, Cheeks. These are lovely individuals that are a pleasure to talk battle rap with. So salute to the ladies. Jason then mentions Rio vs. Jack is nostalgia, and that means storyline. And we know how I go with storyline with Rio and Jack. It can get dark. Okay. Queen Mo Fire says I have Jack on that one, so that's official. Okay, that's official. So we got one for Jack. All right. We haven't did the official prediction stuff, but we can take predictions now from the chat. Rock on wait. Jason M. So okay, Jason M. You got Jack. Okay, cool. Loso, Jack and Rio should be found. Yeah, it's gonna be a fire battle. Don't sleep on Rio. Rio, one round, though, man. For those that criticize Rio about all of a sudden he's drifting off talking about unicorns and purple horseshoes and diamonds and stuff, he don't do that in a one round battle usually. Oh, no problem. That Queen Mo Fire, that's Real Nkosi. Let's go back down to the flyer just to catch everybody up. No problem. Right here. That's Rio versus Jack. That's Rio versus WFN Jackpot. So do you still have Jack over Rio? Just so we can get the official submission. And it's on you, chat. And then right after that, we're going right to our topic. So Real Nkosi versus WFN Jackpot. That is the battle. No problem. Queen Mo 5 mentioned, sorry, this is the first time I've seen. No. That's why we do this. That's why we do this. Salute. Not a problem. You're good. You're good. All right. So Queen has W. Okay, so Queen has officially said WFN Jackpot over Real Nkosi. We're gonna do a post, obviously, just as we do for most. We're gonna do a post on each one of these battles, get some early consensus, get some early data. Okay. Oh, so No Need, who's No Need battling? No Need is battling. Let's go back here. Okay, let's go back here. Thank you. No Need is battling Nightmare J Pyro. No Need is battling Nightmare J Pyro. Yeah. Now this is what most are calling a throwaway battle. No Need still has some what's the word? He still has some refinery to do on the style a little bit there, but No Need has improved every virtual battle he's had. Okay, so Queen Mo Fire has Pyro. Not mad at that. Pyro is a favorite. Yeah, not mad at that. I think most of that Pyro. Again, we're gonna do our due diligence. We're gonna list. We're gonna put these out. Ask questions. Y'all know what we do here. Easy. Let's get to our topic. Our topic is as follows. Here it is. We just posted this. Now, this is just a piece of the topic, so we're clear. Should a battle rap league gather personal information before booking or promoting a battle rapper? Yes or no? We just posted this under an hour ago. Okay. Obviously, everyone's saying no. Now we're going to drop the code. So Pablo, real quick, you're not interested in a 1 round battle, even unlimited? Don't forget T-Rex and Young Hill. That was 1 round. Just saying. It's possible. Asking a question. Just asking a question. Mean no harm. Mean no harm. We're putting the code in the chat right now. That's the topic. Should a battle rap league, not just battle rap league, but should we as maybe, I guess, community audience, should we know about these battle rappers before we invest into them, either energy, money, attention, any of that? I mean, and obviously we're not gonna lie. Let's my bad. Wait, before we finish that thought, hold on a minute. Hold on to raps. All right. Hold on. Yeah, we want to be sure to just pin the code. That's all we're doing. We want to pin the code in the chat for those to come up and discuss. Should we have gather personal information, basically a background check? Yeah, a background check, but not just a background check. Also, should we get into psychological evaluations, history, personal history, psychological history? Do we have to get into crime before? The emphasis of the question is before. And it's not just for Battle Rap League. That's a part of it. Should a Battle Rap League do this? Should they say, okay, we see your talent, all this. Should they have someone to run? Or should we keep waiting till after something happens? They get doxxed. And again, it's nothing wrong with if you see something that's like, wait a minute, this is out of order. You do your research, you bring it out. Ain't nothing wrong with that, respectfully. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You got the right to say, look, I saw this, I'm doing this, and these are the conclusions. But should we do this ahead? Because let's be honest, if we do this, and look, it can go either way. We're asking a question, we're doing a topic. Hold on a minute. Let's get back. All right, here. We're gonna read the responses. We're here. Cool. There we go. Boom. All right, the code is now pinned in the chat room. Whoever would like to come up can come up. But while that's going on, yeah, man. I mean, okay. So we have Pablo. At this point, the ring might have to run a background check on talent. Probably. Yeah. Probably. And it doesn't have to be, once it's ran, there's a certain procedure. If we're not talking about running it and then expose it to the public, we're talking about running it and maybe discussing with the battle rapper, like, hey, before we, now, of course, the other element is this. Well, if the battle rap paying said talent to be on platform, if they're not paying, then what business of the battle rap league would it be to run these checks beforehand? Okay. Conversely, though, they're still attaching themselves to someone else. And can we be honest? Let's just be straight up honest for a minute. Let's do this right here if we can. Can we minimize that? All right, cool. Yeah. Let's just be honest for a minute. We don't know each other online. Virtual battle rap is an online entity. So we're dealing with the thing of balancing privacy with security of investment, security of a promotion, security of brand attachment. There's a lot at stake here. Which one should go? Now, obviously, all should be protected if you can do it. But as we've been seeing, and not just as of 2025, since battle rap been around. Okay, we have some responses. So Paul mentions at the point the ring might have to run a background check on talent. Okay, Queen Mo Fire mentions, I'd usually say no, but given the mess that's happened over the last few seasons in the battle rap community, so she's kind of like, I don't know. Okay. So Queen Mo Fire said it may be a possibility to do so. Pablo mentions, if I'm platforming someone, yeah. And see, now we're talking about the brand attachment. All right. And of course, it'll be, well, how far does this go? Does this go to who should be on panels, who should be on A, B, C, D, E, F, and G? Or does like where do we, if let's say it's agreed that, yeah, run background checks, psychological evaluations, all this stuff, where does that go And where does privacy begin? Because let's be honest, a lot of this stuff is none of anybody's business. But wait, if it's something that is harmful to someone else, if it's something that could leave a stain on someone else's platform, and we got to go again. This is virtual battle rap. We're online. We don't know each other. So we're going to unify. Should there be this? Jason M mentions, though, on the other hand, run enough background checks, you won't have any battlers left. Was Jason ready for this? That's an excellent point. A lot of these should, that kind of goes with this. How many of these battlers should even be battling? I mean, salute to the Almighty Yahuwah, where there's a story in scripture where individuals were ready to stone a prostitute sitting at the woman at the well, right? And of course, Yeshua, the Messiah, shows up and said, let him who's without him cast the first stone, and they all had to leave. Can we be honest? Most battlers have a dirty jacket. So now we get to the other question. How many of these battlers should really be battling? How important is it that battlers have a clean jacket? And don't forget, a lot of them come from the streets. So coming from the streets, if you did what you did, you're going to have a dirty jacket. Which dirty jackets live? Which dirty jackets die? Sorry, which dirty jackets live? Which dirty jackets get scrutinized? Where's the line? Not saying there should not be one. There should definitely be one. We should, but the whole thing is, how do we get ahead of this? Loso mentions very well. Rock, should we run a background check on you since we've invested our time here? You go, hey, you know what? Actually, that wouldn't be a bad idea. The thing is, though, this is not a personal channel, so you'd have to run a background check on Boss Entertainment Group Detroit. Now, if Rock battled as 10 Rock or Rock Files, and that became a battle, then yeah. If we agree, Loso, if we agree that it should be, if Rock is going to battle, and they say, hey, well, Rock, before you battle, now you gotta look. There's already a cam up. It's not a written rule, but it's already a cam up rule, right? Rock would have to cam up, and Rock would have to, be scrutinized that way. Rock, if you're gonna battle, all right, we got to get all this. We got to get all this information. But again, that's if we, and the we could be leagues coming together to agree, bloggers coming together to agree, promoters coming together to agree, etc. Even audience coming together to agree. Like, hold up, Rock, you cool and all on your platform. You gonna battle Loso, BX, and Y. Well, cam up first. Second of all, where you from, who you with, what you did, what it is. If we agree to that, Rock would have to submit to that. So yes. And actually, Loso, there's another part of your question to answer. Bloggers. Should that happen with bloggers? And why? Let's have a discussion. Oh, no, we're going to discuss it tonight. Or we're going to discuss it tonight. How do we get ahead of this? So, okay, so Queen Mofi agrees with Jason about running enough, this statement here, running enough background checks. Okay. Pablo mentions, then that's discussed. I'm not talking about robbery charges and stuff. Okay, so Pablo, that means, where do we draw this line? There's not a single perfect individual on this planet. Speaking for Rock, Rock did stuff, but Rock never did crazy stuff. Boss Entertainment Group Detroit. Not everybody like Boss Entertainment Group Detroit, but we've never been convicted. Jacket clean on Boss Entertainment Group Detroit. No lawsuits, no fraud, no nothing. Guarantee you that. But if you ask certain individuals about Boss Entertainment Group Detroit, especially in Detroit, yeah, it's going to be mixed results. Yeah, some adore us because we're rebels against the machine. Some that want to be the machine can't stand us because we keep kicking their butt all over the place. Just telling you what's out there. It's public information. Go Google. So now as we getting more involved in the discussion, where is the line? How do we get ahead of this? Okay, let's keep it moving. Pablo also mentions right after that comment. We know we have a lot of comments. Please bear with us getting there. Just want to discuss. Okay, so Pablo said, we all know what is unacceptable. Do we? Because there's going to be a gray area. Okay, so we're going to do scruples for a minute. Obviously, we know murder, rape, assault, things like that are unacceptable. What about snitching? Is snitching acceptable? Now let's break it down. Let's say you, and obviously we know with civilians, the street code is if you're a civilian, it ain't snitching. We're going to get past that. We're going to put that to the side. Here's a scruple question for you. You're both in the streets. And let's say you got a dirty cop that at gunpoint, this happens. You got a dirty cop that is putting your mom at gunpoint and saying, look, unless you tell us what you know, bye mama, and we're going to cover it up. So you either quote unquote snitch or bye mama. So now, if you say, well, I want to save mom, I'm going to go in here to snitch, you're forever branded a snitch. And if it's delivered a certain way, now there's no clarification. Is that an extreme example? Of course. But that is snitching. Is snitching acceptable? Is all snitching unacceptable? Again, to agree with Pablo, can't talk. To agree with Pablo, and by the way, be sure to subscribe to Pablo Picasso. Yes, we know most of which is unacceptable. To repeat, murder, great. And well, let's get to murder. Hold on, let's get to murder. Unalive. My bad. This is YouTube. Unalive, right? There is a thing called self-defense. I mean, ready for this? And this is full disclosure. Let any one of you point a weapon at Rock. Goodbye. Let any one of you point a weapon at Rock or anything, or Miss Rock or whatever. Even let's say even Rock is chilling with peoples, right? And you put a weapon at him to defend that person or to defend Rock, it's whatever. It's whatever. So then, if all of a sudden that ends in an unalive moment, Rock technically has committed murder in that situation. We're doing scruples. For YouTube and Google and all of these weirdos that's mainstream, that's like taking a look at this, these are scruples. These are hypothetical examples. These are not actual things going on. We're asking questions about where is the line. So technically, Rock, you unalive somebody. Knowing how Rock is, Rock said absolutely. But it was in, you guessed it, self-defense. The courts of this crazy Babylonic land would say, self-defense it is. You are now acquitted. But don't forget, just because being acquitted don't mean the charge may be there, even after being acquitted. The legal system here is not all that. There's going to be those gray areas. Where is the line? Where is the line? Real quick, Rock got 10 Grand Theft Auto charges. Nah. So man. Amen. Okay, cool. That's an agreement there. Okay, let's go to these comments. We're gonna try to speed it up because we're behind. But the fact that's the sentiment makes me not even want to be involved in battle rap. That's why we're having a discussion, Powell, to get ahead of it. We're now at a position, my good brother. We gotta. It will be, I ain't gonna say gotta. It will be a good idea to get ahead of this. Could you imagine? Tay Rock won V Cody 2024, right? Okay. And whether that was the right decision, but that's not the point. Could you imagine if right when Tay Rock's getting awarded V Cody for 2024, all of a sudden something crazy come up? We're talking crazy. Like Tay Rock raped, Tay Rock murdered, Tay Rock snitch. All of that V Cody is wasted. Now, of course, it's easy. Well, Rock, they'll just give it to the runner-up. I guess it would be Rum Nitty or G or whoever. Okay. But now that's a distraction away from who's winning that V Cody. Let's be honest. The way battle rap go, drama is the main attraction. Nobody gonna care who got V Cody. When that drop, where's the line? Queen Mo Fire. If so, then everyone will have to discuss what crimes are going to be allowed in sister home run. That's what this discussion is about. Not just about should we have pre-screening or post-screening. Where is the line? Who decides the line? Oh, that's another layer to the discussion. Who should decide the line? Now, in virtual battle rap, like it or not, VBL Cartel basically running stuff as far as events and mainline events. They're not the only virtual battle rap league. Salute to the Ring. Salute to Jiggy Battle League. Even salute to TMR Podcast. I believe they might be coming back virtually. That might be murky. And so if it's not respected, corrected. We have other battle rap leagues, but The ones that's booking the major matches, the ones that's getting the most amount of mainstream attention has been VBL Cartel. Does VBL Cartel say, look, we represent virtual battle rap and we decide this is the line. These are our bylaws. If you cross this line, cross that. If you break this, you're not in battle rap. Do they decide it? Or do bloggers decide it? If it's not bloggers, it's not VBL Cartel, or it's not battle rap leagues, is it that the audience decides it? The chat? Maybe do panelists decide it? Who decides the line? Where is the line? And to avoid this from happening, should there be pre-screen or post-screen? What should we have? Let's look at these comments. These comments are fire. It's a great discussion. Okay. Pablo Castro, believability is more important than if you victimize women and children, apparently. That's been battle rap, Pablo. And you know, believability, see, this is where that grayness comes in. Man, if you go talk about you do these guns and you do these harmful things, I got to believe you'll do it. Then you check someone's record and they actually did it, they get canceled. And again, this is not just talking about, this is beyond Greg, this is beyond Maze, this is beyond anybody, this is beyond Jack Ashton's Dirty, whatever. This is not just about a single individual. We're talking about a whole genre of battle rap. And as far as how do we get ahead of being derailed? How do we get ahead of distractions and drama? How do we clean this up? And look, if pre-screening or post-screening, we're going to get to post-screening in a minute, but if these are not legitimate ways, what way would it be? Okay, so Jason M agrees with Queen's statement, and Queen's statement was, yeah, right here. If so, then everyone will have to discuss what crimes are going to be. 100%. Yes. So Jason agrees with there being a defined line. Okay, here we go. Pablo says, nah, it's very simple. Rape and crimes on children are out. We know what is okay and what's not. Okay, so Pablo, is that the line? Are we saying now that, okay, our line is do whatever you have done. But if you have raped or did any crime on youth, you're out. So is that the line? If that's the line, that's the line. That's cool. That's very cool. Not mad at that. And actually, Pablo, there's a lot of legitimacy to that because most of the drama that's gotten individuals canceled or on the border of canceled have involved rape or crimes against the youth. That could be it. But now watch, just to add to the conversation, if that's the line, okay? If that's the line, that means now whatever battle, should it be, not now, whatever. Should it be whatever battle rapper comes in, okay, we got to check you for rape and we got to check you for any pedophilia, any crimes against the youth before we book you, before we even announce you, before we even start promoting you. Should that happen before? If we're saying that's the line, new battle rapper, okay, so like Yo 2 Times got new gunners, VVS 100, Domo Guapo. I want to say Sheffy. Yeah, Sheffy, right? So before Sheffy, Domo Guapo, VVS 100 rap, should it be Yo 2 Times and say, okay, look, please give me your first and last name. We got to check you for rape and we got to check you for pedophilia, or we got to check you for rape and any crimes you've done against the youth before we go any further. Should that happen now? Before they rap? How about this? Should that happen before they even put a place on a flyer? The flyer is important because the flyer is is basically your town crier announcement to battle is coming. That's the seed of expectation. That's the seed of promotion. One of the seeds of promotion. Should that happen? All right. That's not a bad line, Pablo. Not mad at that at all. Not a bad line. King Cole in the building. You'll run a background check on me. You're going to know I got bills overdue, so hit my Cash App. Hell no. Nah. But look, Cole then, if Cole is just someone that can't pay his bills because, you know, he eating too much snacks, then Cole did not disobey a line, so Cole can battle rap. Salute to Cole. Nah, just mess around. But yeah, salute. Loso. Cole stole many snacks from local. That's where the Little Debbie cakes went. Cole, stop stealing. Paul Picasso. Pablo has a submission for a line. We're going to start his comment. If you have a conviction for SVU stuff, that's it. That's the line. So to be clear, Pablo, Robbery is fine. Murder is fine. I'm sorry. Well, yeah, no, we can say that because we're talking hypothetically. YouTube, Google, Fed, CIA, FBI, all you guys. We're talking hypothetically. So SVU stuff is the line. Stuff outside of that, murder, robbery, vandalism, property damage, snitching, all that stuff is good. But if you do the SVU type stuff, that's the line. Okay. Oh, well, here it is. Jason M. There can't be a line. It's all perspective on the individual. Actually, Jason M., it can be a line on the pre-screen depending on what you see. And look, let's be honest. There is a line, Jason. You live in the United States of America. You got all these different law enforcement layers and stuff. They enforce a line. They got a line. Although their line can be bought and paid for, but they got a line. They call it their law. And their law is trash. But that is their line. So there can be a line, even though to agree, it is based off the perspective on the individual. But keep in mind, that's individual. Every business can have its line. There can be a line for that business. Let's say VBL Cartel has a different line than the Ring, right? That's the VBL Cartel line. That's the VBL Cartel line. Now, if someone doesn't meet that requirement for BBL Cartel, they can go to another battle league. And maybe in that battle league may have a different line. Everything got to have a standard, right? So it can be a line. It can be a line. We'll disagree with that. But not totally as far as the perspective, to be clear. Let's keep going. Queen Mo Fire. Okay. Yes, bloggers too, since y'all are a big part of the BRC. Do you see how many background checks can be helpful and harmful? Queen Mo Fire, sister, if it's not known by now how background checks can be helpful and harmful, doxing can be helpful and harmful. And let's be honest, we have yet to see a doxing situation where someone doxed somebody and positive stuff came up. Still waiting to see a report about, hey man, was checking out so-and-so, and we looked up, we got their social security number, looked them up. Man, these individuals, they rescued a cat out of a tree and they helped put people in school. Haven't seen that yet. Usually when that happens, when it gets to doxing, especially when it gets reported and popular, it's dramatic, it's going to be negative. And again, if that's the information there, it has a right to be known, because here's another thing. Battlers, you may not know this. Bloggers, you may not know this. Promoters, leagues, you guys are all public figures. That means legally, automatically, you're under the public figure law. And in a lot of that public figure type of law, ready? Your right to privacy is very small, especially depending on what environment. So like, okay, gonna say this. Right now, we're public. We're public right now. If Rock was to say right now the address of where Rock is, can't sue somebody if all of a sudden someone knock on the door and say, Rock Files, you in there. Rock put it out to the public information, and at that moment, Rock is a public figure. Battle rappers, know where you are. As posted on Instagram last night, our company, it wasn't even Rock, but salute to our company, but we do endorse this statement. Stay off of panels unless it's clean. What that means is that stay off of panels, it speaks for itself. The it's clean means not just the panel clean, unless your record clean. Stay off the panel. The second you get on these panels, you and a target already. Watch what you say. You are not at home. You're not amongst your friends and family. Like it or not. I'm going to say this again. You're online. We don't know each other. We can be cordial. At the highest degree, we're co-workers in a lot of ways. Or we're passed by neighbors, or we're people that are citizens that's in a grocery store. We're not friends, family, or nothing like that. We're not. This is virtual world, not actual world, quote unquote. So if you're going to hit a panel, or if you're going to something like this, know where you are. Watch what you say. You will be held to it. Again, there's nothing wrong with that. Because now, while you're doing this, are you ready to defend it if it go that far? Do you have something to back you up? Pause. Do you have something to support your claims? your statements? Do you? If not, all right. So Queen Mo 5 says, yes, vloggers too. Y'all are part of the battle rap. Yeah, not mad. Pablo mentions, okay, so here's Pablo's line. Pablo Picasso mentions, I'm sorry, I draw a line at rapists and what'd you say, pedophiles? Well, kid, he says kid abusers, right? So that's Pablo's line. Now, Pablo and Social Assassin, salute to both of them, they are Battle Rap League owners. That's their line. So now, Pablo, would you want to do pre-screening of whomever battles on your platform and let them know that line? If that's the line you're going to use for your business. And again, Pablo Picasso, being a Battle Rap League owner along with Social Assassin, has the right to form that line. Is that a line that Pablo will enforce? That's up to Pablo. Just asking the question. Pablo don't even have to answer the question. Just ask the question. This is why we're discussing it, so we can think on this level. Let's keep moving. Low Soul Facts. Get your bars up, media and BAs in the building, first and foremost. Get your bars way up. Your bars ain't up enough. Be sure to subscribe to Get Your Bars Up Media. Hit the like button, share the channel, all that good stuff. Run them subscriptions up. Get Your Bars Up Media BA mentions. Yes, snitching is acceptable in battle rap. Battle rap is no longer Battle rap is no longer street culture. People just want to hear bars. Isn't it sad that how accurate that statement is, though? Battle rap is no longer okay. Let's go back. Snitching is acceptable in battle rap. So let's take that part. You know what's funny about that, BA? It's weird that it's acceptable in battle rap, but yet and still it gets all this press as if it's something wrong, depending on the pick and choose of who is accused of it, right? That's just so fascinating. So maybe we, on the snitching part of it, maybe we should finally say, listen, if you snitch, we'll joke about it, but it's not that big of a deal. No matter who you are. So the no matter who you are part will eliminate, that'll eliminate the picking and choosing, wouldn't it? So that's the snitching part. Let's go back. Let's go to the other part. Battle rap is no longer street culture. There ain't no question about that. I mean, look who's in battle rap, dog. Who would think, for those of us that come from the backpack era, like the 90s? Oh, for those that don't know about the backpack era is where you had a lot of lyricists that wear backpacks. They be in ciphers and they rap in the park, they rap on street corners, maybe some high schools if they were in high school, right? And they actually have to, on the spot from their mind say lyrics that rhyme. That was freestyle, not writing something in advance with no hook. That was not freestyle, right? Who would have thought, for those of us that come from the backpack era, right, that now battle rap is no longer street culture when all we used to do is really battle rap or do ciphers on the street. But that's a very accurate statement. And now, but this part here, people just want to hear bars. People just want to be entertained, not necessarily bars now. Let's not forget some of the biggest moments in battle rap, these bars are trash. But then again, to actually go the other way. Just because BA did say people just want to hear bars. BA did not type people want to hear talented bars, good bars, skillful bars. BA just said people just want to hear bars. This may be right on point here. Okay, so snitches accepting the best. So we got one for snitches accepting. Let's start it. Pablo mentions, I don't care about snitching. Okay, let's start it. So that's 2 for snitching is acceptable. All right. Battle Rap League on. Okay. Oh, King Cole, all night. Yes, you good. Just content. Okay. So for bloggers, they wouldn't have to get the pre-screener or post-screener or get the check because you're just doing content. Okay. That's one for Cole. All right. Good. These are great comments. We're here for it. Okay. So BA was doing foolishness. All right. Pablo mentions. That's why you look it up and read the details. Mm-hmm. Pablo also mentions right after that, I think there's more weirdos than not, though, especially in battle rap, dog. I mean, battle rap, see, that goes back to the earlier question. Who should be battling now? If this becomes a precedent in battle rap to where like, look, this could apply to URL, URL, Takeover Battle League, et cetera, et cetera. They all have the right to say, hey, we had enough. And like Takeover Battle League could have their line to say, look, you have to be this type of rapper, and we checking your docs. We doing pre-screening on your docs, and now let's go to what post-screening is for those that don't know. Y'all know so we already defined pre-screening, right? Pre-screening is character evaluation, psychological evaluation, personal information before someone's booked. Post-screening is after a battle if new information comes up that may have been missed during pre-screening. Simple as that. Also, post-screening, that's basically post-screening. We don't go too far, but that's what post-screening is. And look, post-screening doesn't have to happen after a battle. Post-screening could also happen after a face-off or whatever. Or even let's say a blogger does something. And they say, well, I want to review such and such. I want to review this person. That's post-screening. Before it goes any further, we're going to do an evaluation of this person and their information to see what be up though. That's post-screening. Should that happen? Okay, let's go down. Oh, wow. Here's a question from Cole. Or a statement from question from Cole. King Cole, I'd like to know how Power feels about V Cody. It is as appreciated as if you were to beat. It is as appreciated as if you were to beat Greg straight up. Well, that might have to be a question with Rock Files and Cole. That might have to be, salute to the king of late night. That might have to be a question you bring up. Pablo mentions, not even close. I feel like I was V Cody anyway, but I still think people are going to do a last minute run for Reek over me. Reek don't have as many battles as you, Pablo. Just gonna put that out there. All right, okay. So Pablo obviously feels like and thinks that he got V Cody now. Okay. Oh, but that's gonna be tough. Queen Mo Fire. We've been there. I can't talk. We've been there before, right? Queen Mo Fire mentions put together a strong, non-biased virtual battle rap league committee for this type of thing. If it was going to be strong, let's go to the non-biased thing. See, it doesn't have to be non-biased because it's virtual battle league, VBL's business. They have the right to be biased toward their business and the sanctity of their business. So let's say Adept, for example. Adept could say, look, I rock with HB2 and the Yo 2 times. We're the ones that's going to establish our code of conduct. We're the ones that's going to establish our psychological eval, etc. This is our line. That's it. And yes, we're biased to the sanctity of VBL. They can be biased that way. And unfortunately, let's say they just don't like someone, don't want to book them. They have the right. Look, welcome to business. They have the right to refuse service to anybody. Let's go to Jiggy Battle League. Let's say Kid Dangerous wants to have his committee for the line that he wants to have to who should be booked on Jiggy Battle League. Kid Dangerous say, look, it's me, my Uncle DNA Tooth, Danny Myers. And of course, my grandpa Norbs, right? That's the four. We're going to decide what the line is, and that's it. We may take input from those that rock with us, but we don't decide it. So each league in that element will be able to establish their group to decide the line. That's fair because it's their business. Now, the thing is, we probably wouldn't be able to, it goes back to a comment Jason M said, we as a community, it'll be tough for us to say, well, we want to establish an overall line. First, that would be more about acceptance and who we call a winner and who we would want to hear. The only way that would hold any credence is if we tell the virtual battle rap league, like, yeah, we know what your line is, but we've asked people through our own research, and this battler you about to book, if you book them, we not showing up. Then that could affect that. But we wouldn't have too much to say to dictate the battle rap league. The only way we could do it, we have to do it by proxy. That way. To where, like, if our line is more strict than their line, then maybe they say, well, now we do want y'all involved, so now we're going to change some things. A-Fan 1 of 1 in the building. Betos and Grapists is the line. Snitching of the charge are a gray area. Okay, so far we're getting kind of a consensus here. We may have to put this up as a post. So to A-Fan. So we got A-Fan, Queen Mo Fire, A-Fan, Queen Mo Fire, Pablo. I think it was Queen. Yeah, I think those are the three. Yeah. So we have these three that's basically saying, look, the line is graping and pedo or beto. That's the line. If that's the line, that line cross, goodbye battle rapper. Y'all ready for this? Y'all want to go crazy? Is that a lifetime ban? Let's really go there. If someone has a jacket that includes graping and pedo, are they banned from battle rap for life? Or is it like, okay, you're banned for a season, or you're banned until you can get the charges cleared, or you're banned until you serve it and then go through whatever therapy? What's the punishment? Like, are they out here? And, you know, in TMR, salute to TMR. TMR brought up, you know, according to what we have, again, if I ain't respect to correct it, TMR brought up a similar question. It was more toward Greg. Is Greg out of here? We're going to take it further, though. Is any battle rapper that has pedo or graping on the docket, on their docs, are they out of battle rap forever? Yeah. So as you see with this conversation, a lot of questions answered. Get your bars up, media, BA. The only things that are not acceptable are, grapers, trash. So this is BA. So that's 4. And keep in mind, these are not just individuals. You got a league owner, a high-ranking legendary blogger, a chat individual who's high-ranking, and another blogger that's saying the same thing here. So it's like we're getting close to a line here. We're getting close to a line. The only things that are not acceptable are grapers, traffickers, PDFs, and monstrous things of those ways. We're getting there. We're kind of locking this down. And look, for battlers that's in the bushes watching this, league owners, battlers, if you have these charges on your docket and it has not been revealed yet, and you believe it's a mistake, clean it up before it come out. Clean it up before it come out. No matter who you are, if you don't just think. Look, as we said when we started this, panels are public, blogging is public, and you are a public figure, battle rapper. If you have this on your docket, and you believe it's a mistake and it has not been revealed to a public format, please get ahead of it. It's best that you take care of it before it gets taken care of for you. You see what's happening here. And again, this is not talking down to those that do it. They got the right to be concerned and say, nah, we're not for graping. We're not for pedophilia. We found this information out. We're going to confront it and we're going to expose it. They have the right. Because look, once it becomes public information, just because it's public information about you, it ain't private no more. You let it get in their hands. Can't fault them. You got to fault you. You got to fault you in that. Take responsibility, accountability. That's your fault. And especially consider that will be to protect battle leagues. That'll be to protect promoters and stuff. I mean, think about anger management. It's a good thing maybe some of this came out. And you can think about other cards, anger management, the VBL cartel cards, the Jiggy Battle League card, all these cards. They get promotion. They want to get individuals involved. Could you imagine if it went all the way far? And this is on the business element. And we want to, before we go business again, all prayers to the victims of graping, all prayers to the victims of pedophilia activity. For they come before any of this business talk. It is to protect them without exposing who they are and all this stuff. Maybe this will help get those that accuse this, to get those that have committed this crime out of their lives. Maybe this will help stop the abuse. So salute to those that expose it. But those that got it on the docket, and if it's not correct, guess what? Clean it up now, man. Whoever you are. And not just for virtual battle rap, because see this already. Yeah, virtual battle rap. Y'all got weirdos over there. Yeah, virtual battle rap. Yeah, hey, yo, outside battle rap. Outside battle rap. Y'all got grapists and pedos over there too. Y'all got Gravis and Pedals over there too. So any battle rapper, virtual, outside, mainstream, independent, low tier, top tier, mid tier, volunteer, pseudo tier, whatever tier you are, legend tier. If you got these type of things on your jacket, clean it up. If it's a mistake, handle your business. Because the second it gets to, oh my gosh, the second it gets to a media source, that's another thing. Here's a lesson. Battle rap media are bloggers and also are the ones that cover the video like that. The ones that are the interviewers. Handle your business. Remember, you're a public figure in cyber world. You don't have a lot of right to privacy. All right, that's the PSA. Let's keep moving. BA has another comment. The league owners are in charge of that because fans who are biased will sweep it under the rug. So BA, that means you would approve of every league owner having their line of this. And also, would that also mean to approve of pre-screening and post-screening for the leagues? Good comment. Jason M. Salute. Jason M. Does racism have a line? Individually, it does, but as far as us canceling, probably not. Look, speaking as a brother that's melanated, honestly don't care who used the N-word because it don't apply. Whatever apply to Rock because Rock say so. I don't care about none of that. But then again, that's Rock position. So that's the line with Rock. Other individuals say, well, I don't look, no Caucasoid should ever say it. If they say it, it's on site. They have that right to that line. So as King Cole said, we would agree with this. Jason online, hell no. Okay. Queen Mo Fire. Hell, the flyer is not the only thing representing the battler, but the league as well. League should be more careful of who represent them as well, which goes back to the pre-screening and post-screening, sis. Salute. All right. Apologize for, I know. Rock, you got to read faster. Okay, let's cruise in. Loso, Pablo charged for robbery, stealing a guitar from Guitar Center back in the year 2000. Hey, Rock had a guitar. Pablo, did you steal Rock guitar too? All right. King Cole. But respectfully, being in hip hop and racist is an oxymoron, depending which direction. Okay. Pablo says, okay, never Loso, I don't have any robbery charges. Loso mentions just kidding. Okay, cool. Good to see everybody. Okay. Seaby says situational awareness is key. Media training. Seaby, we've been talking about media training since we got and actually we've been talking about media training before we had a channel, when we were on panels, man. Know where you are and know what to say. This is not your crib. It's not your block. Let's keep going. Okay, Pablo just mentioned right here. Oh, wow, we're so far behind. Pablo mentioned, yes, honestly, because I'd be fine with that as a battler. I ain't got nothing crazy on my jacket. So Pablo, as a league owner and a battler, will not have a problem with a league and the ring using that line. You got pedophilia, and you got graping on your jacket. Bye-bye. Okay. Oh, awesome. Yeah, these are the codes. So go ahead and subscribe to Get Your Bars Up Media. Salute to that. Appreciate Queen Mo Fire for sharing that code. We're gonna leave that up there a little bit there, and we will go back to that. Also, this is to subscribe to Snack King Cole. Salute to King Cole, man. Salute to King Cole, King of Late Night. Probably going live after this expose as we do. Pablo. Whoa. Okay, so Pablo is answering Seaby's question. Seaby asked the question to Pablo. Pablo, as a platform owner, who covers the cost of doing those screenings, the battlers or the consumer? Pablo answers, man, we gotta speak up. Pablo answers, I'm if he's willing to pay the audio host that same opinion, they can donate if they want to, I guess. Okay. Queen Mo Fire answers to Seabot. The league owner should pay if checks are to be done, since they are technically short-term employers. But wait, Queen. That's only Queen. What if they're not paying the battlers to battle? Then who pays? Because a lot of these leagues don't pay. Like, salute to my man Michi, Meachy. Michi. We got it. Too Loud to Die in the building. All that. Salute to Michi. Michi mentioned that he don't pay battlers to battle on there. So in that situation, when they were doing virtual, right? In that situation, who should pay for the screenings then? We got a price. We got numbers. And we like numbers. Queen Mo Fire. Paid a $9.99 per month to get access to all the backgrounds. Yeah, that's not a bad point. Because if someone can afford, can't talk. If someone can afford a StreamYard, you know, with this, what, $39.99, $59.99, an extra $10 probably wouldn't hurt them. Okay. We got you. Oh, there it is. Pablo says, you're absolutely gone forever if convicted. Okay, so that goes back to, is it a lifetime ban if convicted of graping or pedophilia? Pablo has chimed in, and this is a submission. Absolutely gone forever if convicted. Boom. Queen Mo Fire, very quickly. If that's the case, Rob, one league's battler may not be able to battle on another league due to a discrepancy in individual league rules. It should be one set of rules across the board. And Queen Mo Fire, it should be, it just won't happen. It just won't happen. Unless, and this has been tried before, honestly, I just don't see it happen. There's too much individualism and ego in battle rap for that to happen. It would be nice if it did. But it seems like what's funny, organically, it may already be happening. Can't see, it'll be interesting to ask, you know, battle rap league owners, virtual or in person, are y'all cool with having someone convicted of grape or pedophilia rapping on your platform? And if they all say, well, no, well, then you already have, then all they got to do is put that in print and you got it. That, just having that as a line, that could be enough, you know? But it seems like Queen Mo Fire that because of the individualism and the different characters and different goals that virtual battle rap, not just virtual battle, but battle rap leagues have, it may be tough for them to come up with a consensus like that. It might be. Well, but hey, put it to them. Loso asked very quickly, we're almost there. Loso asked very quickly, are credit card scammers allowed? According to this conversation, they are. But wouldn't that depend on what gets scammed? Now, a suggestion would be, that's gray. What credit card scam, you know, it depends on what the credit card scam was and for what reason. There's a Robin Hood way and there's just a greedy way. If someone's scamming credit cards to help feed a neighborhood and they feed the neighborhood, that's one thing. But if they just got scamming credit cards, or they're just scamming people out of their credit cards to do something, there's a lot of gray to that. Okay, here we go. You know what? Pablo was just about to say that. Pablo said, apparently, also Jerry West spit scammer bars, and that trash is despicable to me. But what I know, okay. Oh, we got Wig in the building. Android Wig is in the building. Wig, what's the wig? Wig from Wigonia be wigging out. Straight up Wig. Salute to Wig. Be sure to subscribe to Android Wig. It's one of the funniest and one of the most talented panelists we got out here. Salute. Pablo mentions, Pablo, I've been scammed before, took money right out my card during important times. But that'd be a form of robbery then. And so far, there's been nothing said against robbery. But we may have to examine that. Pablo mentions, got someone close to me while she had breast cancer. Yeah. See, now if someone gets scammed, now we get to these layers again. Someone gets scammed and that money was to go to save someone's life, and because the money wasn't available, because we are in the United States of America over here. And in the United States of America, this country will let people die if they don't pay, right? If that money's there and this person died, that's a form of murder. So now not only you have to ask if robbery and scamming is acceptable, is murder acceptable? In that case, Android, salute to Android Wiggins. All right. Cool. Okay, cool. Still the league owner. Loso said, so what, Rob, me being scammed? No, it's extremely important. No, but that's the question, Loso. Loso said, so when I got scammed, it was okay? Obviously it's not, but wait, here's a question for you, Loso. What punishment would you want to happen to that scammer? Simple as that. Jason, I mean, that's why the line situation is impossible. But no, Jason. We have a line so far established in this chat: graping and pedophilia. So we got that line there. We got that line. The other lines are going to be interesting. Papa Picasso, time cop. Yeah, hey. Don't time cop. Right. We don't want that. Loso, I want my money back and I want to fight. Okay, well, Loso, you know, Stiz and them, they be setting up them boxing matches, man. Fight that scammer. So there's your line. Hey, if you take it, look, ladies and gentlemen, if you take Loso BX and Y's money either through scam or robbery, you must box Loso on Stiz platform. That's a line. See? That the line situation isn't impossible as a starting point. There you go. Ashley Loso mentioned, bro, the scammers are from other states, Rod. The scammers are, a lot of scammers, most scammers are from other countries, man. Yeah, we did a video about that on this channel. Judge Faith Evans. It's not Faith Evans. Oh my gosh. What's that? Faith Jenkins. Faith Evans is the singer. Don't clip that up, please. Judge Faith Jenkins, she was scammed with false reports about her marriage. And all those scammers were from out of the country. Quimo 5, there shouldn't be any name. Wait a minute. There shouldn't be any names, faces involved when constructing these rules. They will be biased over bars and making too many exceptions. So, but Quimo 5, we might be talking about apples and oranges in a similar way. If we're talking about the league and their rules, they're the ones that's going to have to do it. So they will be the faces automatically. Now, if we're talking about culture, can't stand that word. If we're talking about community, right? Then yeah, those faces should be anonymous. You know what else is interesting about anonymous Quimo 5? Keep it $1. This is why people gotta respect their own privacy, man. Respectfully, like the social media is not the place to divulge your personal info, family. You're just gonna kick it like this. This is a weird place. Like for Facebook example, Facebook, all these compliant individuals put their government name on a federal social media site is loony, man. First of all, the feds already got it. We know that. But you're giving it to the rest of the people that don't, and the feds are and those feds are endorsing it. And this is what happens. Your information becomes public. It's no longer yours. As they say, wisdom speaks in the street. Let him who hath an ear, let him hear. Jason, my bad. Let's go to Jason M before we go to Quimo 5. Jason M, the culture, quote unquote, needs some standard rules across the board. It ain't gonna happen. Well, then again, you know what? It could happen. Yeah, they do. The culture, quote unquote. But the thing is, man, they have them. It's not, you know what? There it is. They have the rules. They have some standard rules, but they pick and choose where they're applied, just like any other governing body. That's why more of a hardline stand has got to be enforced more. And it can almost start from any place you want it to. You know? Jason M, by bringing up this question, and this is for everybody. Pablo answered it earlier, so Pablo can answer it again. If anyone's convicted and they have, if anyone has on their jacket and on their docket the charge of grape and a charge of pedophilia, is that a lifetime ban from battle rap? We'll just take that piece. Yes or no? Type in the chat. Is being convicted of grape or pedophilia with that on your jacket, are you banned for life? Life from battle rap? Yes or no? Just to reboot that question. Quimo 5 mentions, so while y'all considering that, Quimo 5 mentions, yes, some league owners will be making exceptions for their own battle. Okay, so Jason M has chimed in officially. Yes, a lifetime ban for graping or pedophilia. So that's Jason M, and Pablo has answered the same way. What we're doing for the audience is give you an idea of lines that should be here. And look, this could be a guide, for others that's watching this, that's been battle rap and stuff, you're getting a kind of a temperature for the line of what to look forward to. That's why we're going to keep repeating. If you got these things on your jacket before they become publicly available, and if they're not correct, clean up your jacket before someone else explores the jacket you have, and that charge is there. So we have Jason M and Pablo with yes. Queen Mo Fire has chimed in with wait. Yes. So Queen Mo Fire, yes. The question is, and we're just going to stay focused on this question. Okay. If someone it has been convicted and has on their jacket graping or pedophilia, is that a lifetime ban from battle rap? We have 4 yeses. No, 3 yeses. Pablo, Jason, Queen Mo Fire. And for those that's interested, right now there's 6 in the room. It suits everybody for checking. This is a very important topic. This topic may have to be redone later on this week also. This at least will lead to the answer. Loso BX and Y. Lifetime, yes. That's 4. And keep in mind who these individuals are. You know, Pablo Picasso is a battle rap league owner, says yes to a lifetime ban. You know, and we will be asking this question on a post. Oh, yes. See, this is with controversy after controversy after controversy after controversy, eventually it's got to get cleaned up. And now's the moment to do it. To be freelance like this, we're honestly wasting a lot of energy. Honestly, this is something that should have been done. Now, this is what Loso, this is the comment of Loso. I have daughters. If you grape, you deserve to be no longer. That's what Loso, BX, and Y stated. And honestly, Loso, there'll be a lot of those that would agree with that. Listen, I'm going to tell you this. Y'all don't know this, but we'll reveal this. Rock is a godfather to 12. 7 godsons. So, excuse me, 7 goddaughters. My bad. Talking too fast. 7 goddaughters, 5 godsons. And when we say godfather over here, we're not talking about someone just showing up for the pictures and giving hugs at graduations. We're talking about those that was the main father figure in all 12 of their lives. Okay? 7. So let's focus on the 7 goddaughters. Straight up, anybody that grapes one of them. Now, of course, they're grown now. Okay? Anyone that grape a single one of them, you won't be seeing Rock no more. Now, to repeat, these are godsons and goddaughters. It's not by blood. It's by bond. This is public information. That ain't public information. And honestly, to be honest with you, speaking as a godfather, so glad not raising them in this. Straight up. It's one of the best things to not raise them in this trash world right now. This world is trash. Salute to those that are parents. This is not saying what you should do. This is just an observation. Don't get it wrong. It was whack back then. Happily done being a godfather, obviously. A brother Tiger, all right? Yeah, brother Tiger. Nah, it's both. Loso is both. Even the Almighty said it's the people and the world. That's a different topic. We'll get there. We can talk about that privately. But here's the point. A single one of them to get graped, you're not going to be seeing Rock no more, one way or another. Either Rock would be, let's just say, otherwise involved using systems, or Rock would be the system. The point of saying that is there's no excuse for graping. And also that, let's flip it around. For those that would do a false accusation about graping, they deserve a similar punishment. You don't play with that. So do not be the one that accuses falsely, and definitely do not be the one that does that action. That's monstrous. That's disgusting. You know, for all the things that get capital punishment up in here, there should be something to take a look at. We'll leave that. We'll leave it there. Does this giving you a foundation of where this channel stands with that? That's the reason. Honestly, a lot of that is for the reason of how can we preempt this? How can we preempt this so this can stop coming up? This is bigger than battle rap, yo. Way bigger than battle rap. Okay. This is like spirituality, morality, but also we're talking about the victims. I mean, come on, man. And you know, there's a part of court, traditional mainstream United States court, that says, well, rehabilitation. That would have to be severely proven that whoever did that should be rehabilitated. Now, again, it is possible for a record to have mistakes, but it's very unlikely for a record to have mistakes of those type of things. And this is not applied. This is just saying in general, as far as, well, rehab them because this is what we can't paint too often the villain as the victim when the victim was victimized. The actual victim was victimized. With all this talk about raping and pedophilia, is not enough talk about the victim, man. A whole lot about battle rap. A whole lot about the villain. Rightfully so to talk about that. And this is not excusing the villain, but we got to be sure that we're here to that we're here to aid the victim. Let's not overlook the victim and go to battle rap. And let's definitely not overlook the villain either. And again, battle rappers. How about this? Here's a bombshell for you. A lot of you battle rappers, y'all just ain't been caught yet. We're not going to drop bomb, but there's some information we got on some battle rappers that also may want to clean their jackets up when it comes to pedophilia and raping. And no, we will not reveal that. Clean it up. Now, this is possible information, not confirmed, but it should be noted, if it's there, clean it up. And we're not, listen. We're one channel. There's many channels that probably got this. Look, woe to the channel that have this and are protecting to where it has been confirmed, to where it has been locked in. And they're like, well, this but this is my favorite battle rapper. I'm not going to let this out. Nah, I'm cool. I'm just going to repeat this again. Clip it up. If you are a battle rapper, honestly, if you're a battle rap personality, to include what Queen Mo Fire says, salute. If you're a battle rap personality, blogger, vlogger, never liked the word vlogger, but okay. But blogger, vlogger, battle rapper, battle rap league owner, personality, whatever. Male or female too. Don't forget, it's not just males that be raping in pedophilia. Female too. If you have this on your record right now, and you believe it to be a mistake, and you believe there's inaccuracies on your record, clean them up. And here's something else. And if you have done these things and you know you did them, turn yourself in. Get help. And get out of battle rap. If you've done these things and it's on your record, don't clean up your record. Turn yourself in and get it done. One less rapist in public is a huge victory for all of us. This world is already jacked up enough without free flowing. And keep in mind, whoa. We bring up a lot. Yeah, no, we're going to talk tonight. We bring up a lot about the Kinsey report and the role that the Kinsey report has with family court. Look it up. If you want to know why there's a lot of rapists out here, it's because family court, according to a lot of information, public information, by the way, the Kinsey report is where we really can't. I'm sorry. We look up the Kinsey report and check it out. Pablo says, "Wait, what? More accusations virtual? Nah, Pablo in battle rap. Now, to be clear, Similar to what HB2 win. And salute to HB2 win. He got his ducks in a row, said, I want to be sure to have everything in order before I release this to the public. That's being media responsible. Salute to HB2 win for that. But just saying, there is word out on documents now, whether this paperwork is fake or whatever, we can't move on it. We're going to say this. A lot of battle rappers, not so much in virtual, but definitely mainstream, clean your jackets up. Leave it at that. Problem is, just making sure, right. Now, yeah, we don't really got too much on virtual. Now, of course, obviously, y'all know how virtual get. That battle rap in general, there's gonna be a whole lot of sale. I think this, I think that, I've seen this, I've seen that. And wait a minute. If graping has a lifetime ban, we agree that graping is a lifetime ban and pedophilia is a lifetime ban. These bloggers better clean their jackets up too. Some of y'all bloggers are weird. Some of y'all bloggers are weird. Y'all got allegations. Now again, there's nothing's been locked in like that. Before it gets again, and if you believe these things are false on jacket, on paperwork, on anything, take it into your hands and clean it up. Otherwise, don't say nothing when you get a lifetime ban from battle rap. Don't say nothing when all of a sudden with that look, there's stuff to go with that. Here's some. Here you go. And this will be the last one. Appreciate y'all for rocking out. Another question for the chat. Should it be that if someone gets a lifetime ban, can't stand the word time either, whatever. If someone gets a lifelong ban from battle rap, should those reports be given to authorities to take them away if they have not been convicted? How far should that go? Or should it be like, nah, just ban them from battle rap for life and let that law do what that law does? Which one should happen? Again, where's the line? Now, of course, they'll be like, well, ain't that a form of snitching? So we gotta get off of this, man. That's this whole snitching thing. That Masonic code of silence trash anyway, but that's a different topic. We won't get there. We won't get there right now. But should that happen? Should it be? Okay. Power Mitch is you can't snitch on monsters. Okay. So that's a no. Okay. Queen Mo Fire, salute to her. Repeat the scenario. No problem at all. No problem at all, because we want this very, very, very clear. Very, very clear. If someone received a lifelong ban from battle rap because of having graping or pedophilia on the docket and being convicted of it, should then that information go to authorities from battle rap to get them further prosecuted by mainstream law? That's the scenario. Not a problem. No, we want to clear. So Pablo mentions to clarify, you can't snitch on monsters, Pablo. That's just doing your civic duty. Couldn't agree more. To keep it $1, that probably, there's all this complaint, Pablo, that how messed up the world is, right? How messed up and it is messed up. The world's messed up. United States messed up. It's trash. Let's just keep it $1. It's trash. Is United States the best country in the world? Of course, as far as material and all these opportunities. But is it trash? It is trash. Could it be a whole lot better? Yes. The world is trash. But what would help this be at least better if citizens took responsibility and did the things that's in their power, such as Pablo's mentioning, your civic duty. Do your civic duty. Here's a story for you. Back in the day, Queen has a comment. We'll get to Loso in a minute. Queen, how if they were already convicted? That's why the paperwork available on them. Okay, because they could have been convicted, and let's say they're running from conviction. They're a fugitive. Maybe they're being looked for, and someone finds this paperwork and says, hey, wait a minute, you did this. That's how they could still be running around while already convicted. You know, let's be honest, people jump bail. You know, there's bench warrants all over the place. That's why they got bounty hunters up around here. That's a small example of that. So that's how, to be clear. Loso. It's not called snitching when you get rid of grapes and pears. Save the kid. Home run. Home run. Loso, absolutely. Bingo. Good sister. Runners, got it. Bing. Got it. Let's go to Pablo's comment. Or if you find out that hasn't gotten to courts yet, also correct. Also correct. Pablo mentions pass it along for sure. Yeah. You know what's funny? This will help battle rap. Maybe the reason why battle rap is just a nuanced type of sport is because of the dirt that's in it also. Now, there's other reasons too. We ain't saying it's the only reason. But maybe we get more of the dirt out of here. And no, it won't be perfect because people ain't perfect. You're going to have liars. You're going to have snitches. You're going to have robbers. You're going to have those that start whatever they do. But when you talk about pedophilia and graping and other crazy stuff like this, we have the right to clean that up. And the only ones that can clean it up is us. Look, it goes back to, Michael Jackson, the song, The Man in the Mirror. Look in the mirror, dog. Look in the mirror. Whatever you see wrong with the world, be a part of the solution. No, you can't end all crime yourself. But you can help end crime individually. You can help in that. And we ain't just talking about petty crime as far as just offenses against the state when it comes to BS, like smoking marijuana. By the way, for those that smoke marijuana, there's a report we got. This United States government trying to push back on that and have that become illegal again. Be careful. Anyway, back on topic. The solution's in the mirror in a lot of ways. The solution's in the mirror. Of course, the ultimate solution is to get back in belief with the Almighty Yahuwah. All these things we talking about, the graping and pedophilia, that's out of order. That's chaos. Quite frankly, it's satanic. Graping and pedophilia is satanic. So, for those that, and even the ones we may not know about, this is just a PSA. Okay? If you have this on your jacket, if it's correct, turn yourself in, get help. Turn yourself in is, of course, serving your sentence. While in there, if you get, instead of getting sentenced to jail, you get sentenced to a psychiatric ward or something like that, take the help. B, if it's not correct, get it clean now. Now, like right now, 2:33 in the morning. Look up information on the internet. It's interesting how individuals be on the internet all day. Look up your record and clean your record up. You obviously have some tech savvy to do this. Get it cleaned up, man. Yes, as stated before, this was a very different show. This is a very different Rock Files. We have not done a lot of data. This is the only data we did. What you see on the screen is the only data we've done. But data has to take a vacation for a solution. And you guys can ask yourselves after we end this broadcast, should not just battle rap leads gather basically, should battle rap leads do pre-screening? Should audiences do pre-screening of personal information before investing, booking, promoting a battle rapper? So far, what we have a consensus very close to yes. It's just would have to be, the I's have to be dotted, the T's will have to get crossed. And we do have a line established in this chat. Small sample size, but in this chat regardless. The majority of this chat, through official submissions, and salute to everybody in this chat that rocked with us. They have stated, if you have a conviction of grape and pedophilia on your docket, and it is accurate, and it's official, lifelong ban from battle rap, and your information should be passed on to authorities and to a mainstream law system. Everybody look, man. Look. Appreciate y'all for rocking out. We got to get ahead of this, man. We got to get ahead of this. All of us. Whatever our talent base is, whatever skill, whatever gifts, skills you have, get ahead of it, man. From all angles. Pause. Ain't no pause. From all angles. Seriously. This is something that doesn't belong in society. It doesn't belong in decency. It doesn't belong in life. Whether it was Greg, whether it was anybody, it doesn't belong. None of it does. Whether it's a mainstream battle rapper, online battle rapper, top tier, low tier, bottom tier, mid tier, volunteer, whatever tier, cry tier, dry tier, whatever. This doesn't belong. And this is ruining battle rap. And especially, you got to say this on a battle rap level. Why did this have to happen in 2025, man? 2025 already was trash enough. We got this. And here's another thing to say before leaving. You see how quickly this was shared? Mainstream platforms, virtual platforms, all shared this. Maybe one day we can get this type of sharing for virtual actual battle rap instead of the drama. But hey, again, this is not saying it was a problem for this to be shared. It's just a shame that it took this to galvanize and unify. Because we all are in agreement. Graping or pedophilia, lifelong ban from battle rap, especially if it's found that those charges were correct. And again, gonna say this again. If any battle rapper has these charges and they're not correct and it's on your jacket, clean it up. Not now, right now. With that, protect your peace, protect your family, protect your sanity. Stay safe, stay strong, stay sane. And look, man, as difficult as it'll be to do this, as we usually say right about now, man, rock on, rock out.
Where you at, Rock? Where you at, Rock? Where you at, Rock? 10 rock and roll, bro.